Welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am here with a 2-page layout using mostly things from the Woodsman collection from Not Just for Boys Kit Club. I got this months ago, I think, and am just now cracking into it. Not really sure why it took me so long, but the pictures I have, I think, are kind of perfect for it. So I am going to use this wood background, and then I am just going to rip up this black and white kind of arrowed paper to use. I am going to put a strip at the top and a strip at the bottom. It is a 2-page layout, so I am going to do the same on the second sheet. And I did try to get them kind of the same width. Not perfect, especially, I mean, when you're ripping, but I did try to get it similar widths. And then again, I'm just going to do one for the bottom. For the second page, I am going to use that black paper with the snow-covered trees. It is actually the back side of the wood paper there. When I bought the kit, I bought an extra set of the papers. And now I'm glad that I did. So I did just look, and I don't remember if I just said this. I'm so sorry. It's been a week, I guess. I did just look, and it is unfortunately sold out. But if you're not familiar with Not Just for Boys Kit Club, I would definitely check them out. I will link the website down below. I've been getting their kits for maybe 6 months now, and I'm just really pleased with everything that comes with them and in them. So definitely check them out. I did, before I started the video, cut out that adventure cut file. I believe it is a Paige Evans cut file. And the kits do come with a cut file. The one that came with this was kind of, I think it was like a bear paw with mountains in the bear paw, and it just didn't really fit with what I wanted to scrapbook. And so I didn't use that. I cut out a different one, and before I started taping or recording, I did back it with like a red and black buffalo plaid. You'll see it here in just a second because I do use it again. But the cut apart were super cute. There was this one with all the different paw prints, and I just thought it was appropriate. The boys are out in the woods with Daddy. And so I did want to kind of place that up top there. I did want one, because I used white for the cut file paper and the strips of paper with the arrows on top are kind of stark white as well. So I chose a bright white cut apart. And here is where I am going to use that buffalo plaid. And I am going to double back the pictures with white, and then use the buffalo plaid just to incorporate some of that red, because I did back the cut file with that. So while I'm backing these pictures, the one on the left, don't worry, I think it's called a pellet gun, I believe. My son is holding that. I was actually away at a scrapbook weekend, and my husband took the kids out to our property. We just own some property. It's all wooded and there's a pond on it, but he took them out, and I had to actually look to see if the pictures were from the same weekend, because if you notice on the picture on the left hand side, you can obviously see the leaves on the ground, whereas the pictures I use on the second page, there's quite a bit of snow on the ground. But lo and behold, it is actually the same weekend. We just got a lot of snow that night. So I was actually happy that it was the same weekend. So it's kind of fun to look back at. Daddy usually tries to take them and have fun, do something outdoorsy with them while I'm away. I don't get away very often, but when I do, he definitely gets them outdoors. So enough about the pictures. We'll get back to the layout here in just a minute. I did kind of struggle getting the backing kind of straight, I guess. So I had to redo some of the cuts a couple of times. I was glad that it didn't kind of catch, because sometimes when the blade gets dull, it'll kind of catch and rip the paper. So I was happy that that didn't happen. But at the top of the screen, you can see some of the extras that I added on to the kit. I am going to use one. I placed it down to kind of figure out where I wanted to put it. It is like a slab of wood. You'll see it probably in just a second once I get these taped down. But they just have so many different cute pieces that you can add on, and they are custom, you know, they make them themselves. So I don't know, it's just, I'm glad that I found a kit geared more towards boys, because that is one thing I struggled with starting off scrapbooking, was trying to find things, papers, collections for boys. So I am very happy that I found them. I did grab a couple of extra ephemera packs, and I am going to use that tag to the top right there. It's kind of like the same wood pieces as the first page, and then I'm just kind of going through this one and seeing, it's a Kaisercraft, I think it's called Mountain Air maybe. It's all outdoorsy stuff. So I am just looking at that. I pulled out a couple of different circle sayings. There's that wood piece I was mentioning, and I think I'm going to grab, the sticker sheet. So this came with the kit, and they just match things so well with the buffalo plaid, and it's not all from the same collection, which I like. So I sat there and stared at it for a little while, and then I found this little sticker that says "Out in the Woods." I am going to just place a foam dot there just to raise it, because the wood is, you know, more raised, and I wanted them to be overlapped. I did place some of my ATG tape on the wood, and I think I come back to it. There, yep, right there. It did not stick, so I went and got my tacky glue and used that instead. And once I actually got that kind of pressed down, it did stick. So there's a tidbit too. I had to use my tacky glue. My tape would not work. So I am going to kind of offset the tag there, and then I did decide to use one of the circle bits. It says "Life is better in hiking boots," I believe. I am going to raise that up on foam tape and add that there, and then grab this bright red star. I tried to include some red in each of the embellishment clusters because there is red in the papers. So I did try to kind of include those, and I just added another small black star at the top, and that's going to finish off that top cluster. And as I was doing the layout, I was wondering, do any of you guys, when you're doing a 2-page layout, start almost backwards? Because as you can tell, I did page 2 before I did page 1. Does anybody else do that? Or is it just me? I mean, I knew kind of where I wanted things laid out and stuff on page 1, but I don't know. Sometimes I find myself doing page 2 before page 1, which is kind of, I don't know, maybe odd. I don't know. Let me know if you do it too, I guess. And then I thought I was going to have the title on the right side, and then I decided that I wanted to flip-flop the title and the picture. I thought it just looked better with all the pictures kind of to the right of the title. So I'm just going to glue that down. And honestly, I also want your guys' opinion. So page 1, when all said and done, I don't embellish very much. And I want to know, even page 2, should I go back and embellish more, or do you guys think it is okay the way it is? And if I should embellish more, where do you suggest I embellish? So I got that all taped down. I grabbed the wood heart from Not Just for Boys. I am going to just use the single heart here and try to make a cluster right there on that last E. So that is going to be the only cluster on page 1, kind of give you a heads up. And I just kind of played around with some of the different stickers, thought I would do a hiking boot, but decided I didn't really like the way that that looked. So I do end up putting that back. And then I found a nice saying, born to be an adventurer. And I liked how that looked. And I did not tape the adventure down all the way, like to the every edge, and so these edges here were kind of sticking up, so I do just get my tacky glue again and kind of tape them or glue them down a little bit better. And since I had that out, I used that for the wood heart. And then I think I am just going to use maybe a star to add some more red, or to add some red to that cluster there. And like I said, this was a super easy, simple layout. Did not take me very long whatsoever. I was kind of surprised. Obviously, beforehand, I had to back the cut file, so that did take me a while. But really, those are kind of, well, actually, I forgot. There's quite a few embellishment pieces in that, but nothing I really wanted to use. And it's kind of funny. So the cluster with the wood piece, I was like, oh, there's no red there. I had put that teeny tiny red star and it got lost. I honestly did not even see it until I went to go place that arrow. And so I did add some more red to that cluster. But that is going to finish out the layout. I am going to play around. I don't have any black twine right now. Otherwise, I would have tied that to the tag. So instead, I found I think it's polka dot black and white heart that I was going to place over like the opening of the tag, and I didn't like the way that that looked. And so I end up just trying out a red enamel dot, and then decided I didn't like that either, and I just ended up adding a black enamel dot to the tag. But that is going to finish out the layout. Let me know if you think I should embellish more, and if so, where should I embellish on the layout. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.